Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. So, Sweta, there was some network issue you were mentioning. Is it now resolved or still they're facing problem?
No, sir. From Srishti Infotech, the network has gone, it seems, sir. From Kundapura.
Okay.
Hi, sir. This is Ashwin here. This is L2 of Srishti Infotech, sir, Kundapura.
Yes. Tell me, Ashwin.
Due to heavy rains there, it's a coastal region. I think we have lost the complete network over there, sir. My students are ready. We're pending with the smart city presentation. Last time also we missed it. So we are trying to rectify, sir. I think my students, they're all online, but they're unable to get the connected of video conference, sir, from center.
Okay, so that at least without video, if they can say, that is also fine. But all of you, I will request be on video, right? Be on. Switch on your camera, please. So I will request all of you to switch on your camera. So I can see last week, in fact, VVS development, in fact, sustainable smart city, you have not done that. The tag end, right? Next, I see regarding Chirag Infotech, the squad team, you have not completed the finance part, so that is pending. And Srishti Infotech, both the teams are pending, Ashwin. So Ashwin, just check if they can do it maybe later part of today, that will be good, or otherwise we have to do it next week.
Fine, sir. No, sir. We are very eager to finish it today itself. I'm trying them
without a video.
Yes,
let's them without video, no problem. If the video is the problem.
And like last just 2 days back, sir, we had a sound problem also. I mean, voice, it was not very audible. We had a lot of echo, sir. I'm trying to rectify it. Give me some time, sir.
Sure. So I will have the Srishti Infotech in the last, no problem. I see Kavita Computers, the team Sentinel is still pending. And I will request all of you be on camera, please. Switch on your camera. And next I'm seeing is that Sridevi Technologies, both the teams are pending. CK Tech, that is pending, and Vaishali Computers, both the teams are pending. So yes, did I miss anybody who is pending? Hello? Did I miss anybody? Hello, students? Did I miss anybody? All of you are there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, then yes, sir. I will ask Kavita Computers if you can start your presentation. I think one team is pending. Yes, Kavita Computers.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, some video issue is there, sir. Later we will do, sir.
You want to do later? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So everybody say later, then it's a problem. Then I start. Then I start with VVS development, the sustainable smart city. Can you present the tag end team? Hello, VVS development. Hello, VVS development. Please come on camera, please. Switch on camera. Hello.
Sir, this is Altaf L2 for Vaishali Computers.
Yes.
My team is ready. So if you permit, we can start from my team and then later on.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me check if VVS development is ready. Then we will do, and then I will come directly to you.
Okay. Sir. Okay. Sir.
Otherwise,
Okay.
I will come to you. So
Okay.
VVS development. This is the last time.
Okay.
Requesting you. Can you please come on camera and do your presentation? Hello.
Hello, sir.
VVS development.
VVS, they have not joined, I think, sir.
Okay, so Sweta, please mark it, and we will talk to Sarit sir on this.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Sure, sir. We'll inform.
So this is the second time they are not ready.
Yeah. We'll mark it, sir.
Okay, now let's go to Vaishali. So Altaf, back to you.
Yes, sir. I'm seated in Bangalore, but team is in Ballari. They will start the project one, sir. The first one. Team, handing over to you. You can start the presentation. You can share the screen.
And others, I will request if you switch on your camera, please, so that though I know it's online, I am not able to see all of you, but at least I can see some of you. So if you can switch on your camera, please. Yeah, please start. Which team? Vaishali, you got two teams. So which one want to go first?
Circular smart cities.
Okay.
Like.
And as you can see, currently what is happening, the government of India, if you see last month only, has approved the 5G. So approving the 5G, you can understand that is going to be an exponential growth into the technology, right? Relating to your internet, relating to basically the communication, there's going to be a huge improvement that's going to happen. And with the smart cities coming up in India itself, that's going to give absolutely a big boost. So think through. So this is going to be a very, very future market which you're working on. And of course, it has started, but has got tremendous potential. Yeah, back to you.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Is the screen shared?
Yeah, I can see the screen. Yes, please. Please continue. I'm just switching off my camera and I will be in mute so that there is no disturbance. And others who are not speaking, please be in mute. And please, all of you, switch on your camera.
Good afternoon, sir. We, the team members, we have chosen the topic of circular smart city. So first we'll see what is smart city. A smart city is a municipality that uses information and communication technology, which increases the operational efficiency and also share the information with public and improve both the quality of government services and also the citizen welfare. As we all know that value of a smart city is given based on what they choose to do with the technology, not just the technology, how much they have. So coming to the definition of exact mission of smart city, it is to optimize the city functions and also drive the economic growth while improving the quality of the citizens and also use the smart technology and also the data analysis. So what is circular city? Circular city is one which promotes the transition from linear to circular economy in an integrated way across all the functions in collaboration with the citizens and also with the businesses and research communication. It means that by maintaining the value and utility of products, components, and also the nutrients as long as possible, hand in hand with the economic behavior, it is used to decouple the resource from the economic activity by maintaining the value and also the minimize harmful resource use and waste generation.
I just request you please tell your name also, because this time onwards I will try to give some input to individual also regarding your communication skill and how you're doing the presentation. Okay, so please, yes, when you're speaking, please tell your name also.
Yes, myself.
Sorry, can you please repeat?
Adhu, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Coming to the vision of circular city, the main vision of circular city, including the economy, requires an integrated and systematic transition from linear, that is, in the linear economy, as we can see, it is the take, make, and use, dispose policy, which is converted into a circular model where we make, use, collect, transform, and reuse, which is in a circular closed loop system, especially in our key value chains such as electronics and ICT batteries and vehicles, and also packaging, plastics, and construction and food. So here is a video based on circular city.
With more than half the world's population currently living in cities, cities are under huge pressure to meet their residents' needs, especially with our consumer-led lifestyle. Our world's natural resources run thinner by the day, yet we still discard many valuable products and materials. This waste then degrades our planet's air, soil, and water, which affects us all. Peterborough is determined to tackle this problem and build a better city for its residents. We want to create a circular city, the first of its kind in the UK, a city which manages its resources effectively. But what is a circular city and why does it matter? Cities are just like a living organism. To function, a city needs people, money, and resources, such as water, food, energy, and manufactured items. These resources flow in, are used for a short period of time, and then simply thrown away. By adopting a circular approach, a city explores how to efficiently manage its resources. It enables its residents and businesses to redesign, repair, share, reuse, remanufacture, better recycle, and recover. We can deliver a more competitive city economy, drive greater resource productivity, create stronger social ties, developing local skills, reduce waste, and pursue many local opportunities that will arise, all whilst doing our bit for the environment and future generations. We can all make a difference. Find us on
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Abhijit. So I'll be continuing from here. So we have seen like what exactly the circular city is. Like we just go on reuse the all the materials what we have and we regenerate. So let us see like how can we convert that circular city. So we have some principles like how the visions, how we can convert the city into a circular city, to a smart circular city. So one is like closed loop and reduced emission and value generation and modular design and innovative business models and natural system upgradation. So these are one principles what we can use and go on convert into a circular city. So like we can see like the closed loop in the sense like the in which we use a technical line, the biological background where the wastage that we convert to a reusable. And when we come to the reduced emission, the transportation, the vehicles that we can use is the electrical one and the renewable sources where the pollution can be reduced, that is reducing of emission. And when we come to the modular design is a flexible design and products that can production chain increase to an ability of systems. So when we come to the value generation, so these are the resources that we use to generate, like for example, the financial part. So how we, while converting to a circular city, the financial part what we use, and to innovating the business models, the new business models of production and distribution, consumption. So the processing of the goods, these are also one of the principles that we can use for the circular city. So we have used three main categorized here. Like one is for water system. Another is the pollution and the transportation. So the first model that I want to go on with the water system. So that we can reuse is nowadays in the urban water challenges. There are many water challenges we come across. Like estimated, we can take the population in the 2050, it may increase, it may be double. And when we come to it raised to 30% to the global demand compared to the present level, that is to 15 to 20%. So to lead to more wastewater and waste pollution, we have three keys that will be needed to achieve these outcomes. Like, for example, design out water and pollution, and preserve and regenerate natural systems, and deliver and inclusive of all services. So side here you can see the one method that we have, like reduce, recycle, and regenerate. So reduce usage of water. I mean, reduce the wastage of water, and whatever recycling is like the rainwater and the wastewater that we can recycle and we can regenerate and use it back. So while focusing and recovering the reusing and restoring, the report sets out like the circular economy by showing the both the high income and the low income, the countries benefited both by this. So I have one example, the video that I can show on this.
As cities grow, so do urban water challenges. The urban population worldwide will nearly double by 2050, with serious implications for water demand. It also means more wastewater and pollution, and climate change is intensifying these challenges. Inspired by the circularity of water in nature, we should rethink the urban water cycle to 1. Deliver resilient and inclusive services, 2. Design out waste and pollution, and 3. Preserve and regenerate natural systems. To achieve this, we need to plan for climate and non-climate uncertainties, diversify water supply sources, maximize the use of existing infrastructure, and optimize operations. We have to recover resources from water, such as energy and nutrients, and reuse wastewater. We should restore degraded watersheds and recharge aquifers. Through the cycle, we need to incorporate nature-based solutions and use renewable energy, manage water demand, and leverage the potential of digitalization. And most importantly, we have to ensure that vulnerable groups are included in all the solutions. The new World Bank report titled Water and Circular Economy and Resilience shows that both low-income and high-income countries can benefit from circular economy by capturing the full value of water. Find out more about this initiative and how the
that is the one video that I have taken for the water system. So now next I come to the transportation, where in the circular city, the transportation that we have in circular mobility system characterizing three main features to convert transportation, like accessible, affordable, and efficient mobility system. And the main multimodal mobility structure that incorporates public transportation, on-demand cars is flexible, the last mile solution. So I see like we can go on have the transportation with the electrical power and shared and automated transportation. So here besides the three features, the design of the vehicle will also change in circular mobility. Elements like design of vehicle for remanufacturing, durability, efficiency, and easy maintenance will be more of increased importance. So reducing here for the transportation, the renewable that I was talking about for the electricity. So generating an electricity, there is a main, like we can go on use it. I mean, we can generate through the waste of plastic. That is the one method that we have seen. So reducing the plastic waste and converting it to an thermal power, and using it to transportation and like for the electrical vehicles, which reduces the complete pollution. So here's the one example that I have come across with, where it can help us to achieve with the same. that was one example where we can convert the plastic waste to a road where it doesn't. We use more plastic now. Yes, nowadays it has been reduced, but the some plastic that we are using now also that can be heat and generated with and use it for the roads, which can reduce the pollution more also. And now when I come to the power management, so the power management, that is the main that we use without electricity or the power, we doesn't go on move now. So in this series, a lab experiment research that has been happening in the Singapore, which is successful, that we have taken example to convert the plastic same into a formatic like chemical that can be used to generate electricity in the power plants and electrical cars. We are able to turn the plastic which are of our coarse polluting to the ocean into a useful chemicals, by using which the city can be kept clean and mainly the harmful chemicals which are generated while converting thermal energy that can, to the electricity. So here's one that the Singapore have equipped and the research that have converted successfully. Here's one video that they have used.
In Singapore, there is no trash. They get rid of it in one day. Here is how they do it. First, they collect all the trash in the country, drive it to this building to burn it. 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, the fire is burning trash in this factory. The heat from this process becomes electricity to light up homes. And the toxic smoke gets filtered out and becomes super clean. The remaining ash from the fire is taken to a man-made island, dumped into a special water that doesn't touch the ocean water. This process is so clean, the corals are still alive and the animals are still around. From collecting to burning to filtering to conservation, this is how you keep planet Earth clean. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
This one video that gives an example of the Singapore that have successfully run with this. Now the responsibility and financial matters. My colleague, classmate Ravi Chandra will continue with this.
Hi sir, this is Ravi Chandra from Vaisali Computers. And responsibility and finance related circular smart city. What are the responsibility of circular smart city? In this circular smart city, and water and sewerage provision, wastewater treatment, primary education and health care, slum upgradation, and local roads and public transportation, and maintenance of cremation and burial grounds and street light. These are the responsibility of smart city, circular smart city. And source of finance, where the finance is collected and generate the revenue. The first one, the property tax. The property tax, 2% of tax imposed by the government from the locality properties, and professional tax. All the professional tax such as a chartered accountant, lawyer, doctor, teacher. The tax, it is a direct tax that collected from the government, and it is helpful to the generate the finance and generate the income of the income. Next, entertainment tax. The tax collected on the entertainment like holdings, advertisement, like cinema theater and arts races. Those are tax collected by the government. It is helpful to the generate the finance. And next, advertisement tax. The tax will be collected by the state government and central government on the basis of on the holdings and the advertisement on bus, autos, and street wall also. On those advertisement tax that will be levied by the government. Thanks. And additional resources for financing smart circular city, like government of India, that will be provided 500 crores to this circular smart city, and matching with that state government also the provided 500 crores. The total of 1000 crores it will be budget of the financial smart circular city. Next, users where the revenue generated from the government, it will be users charges like toll gate, users of roads and parking place, and collected the fund from the parking place. It is double wise. It is helpful to the public and as well as government, because of when the increasing the parking rate, they will be the people will be going to the public transportation. It is also generate the income also, and public private partnership. In public private partnership, the government and private sector, they will be working in the smart city and investing their money in government sector, and that will be it reduce the burden of the government. Next, the fifth financial commission recommendation. In this fifth financial recommendation, there are several the points like the tax collected from the advertisement and entertainment tax, and also property tax and conversation tax. Like conversation tax, when the property will convert to the urban, rural to urban, purpose of the what the purpose, like commercial purpose or residential purpose, that will be tax levied by the government. And the municipal tax, in this municipal tax, like debt financial, the municipal bonds, they use short term financial monitoring, that will be the provide the financial to the smart cities. And those are like the some 5 major cities are those are tried this municipal bonds, like Gujarat, Telangana, Mumbai, and Chennai also, they will be tried on the municipal bonds. Like so borrowing from the bilateral and multilateral, that will be the financial provided by the bilateral and multilateral companies in financial institutes, like a financial investment and infrastructure fund, that will be the government facility to smart. They are going to the private funds to the smart circular city. Next, conversation with the other government schemes like Amrut, Smart City Proposal, Swachh Bharat, and Hruday. Those are helpful. Those are the generate the revenue to the government. And next, I will continue by the Karthik. Sorry, sir. And proposal and capital structure of the circular smart city. The calculation of earning per share, like it is a demo for the circular smart city. In this capital structure, we have going to 3 plans, like 60 all equity, equity with debt, and equity with preferential shares. That first one planning the all equity, that's a 3 lakhs shares, raise the amount from all equity, and 20 lakhs amount, and 2 lakhs shares, and along with 10,000 shares, rising the revenue from the debt also. And last plan, that will be the 10,000 equity shares and 20,000 preferential shares. In these plans, and these 3 variation different plans, we are going to calculate with the expected EBIT. In EBIT, that will be 30,50,000 is annually, same to the 3 plans. Interest, the interest will be where the interest will be reduces, like first one all the equity shares we cannot deduct the interest, and second one plan, the debt 10 lakhs of debt and 10% of debt, that will be interested in 13 lakhs 50,000, 1 lakh rupees goes to interest, that will be reduces. Next, EBIT, earning before tax, in these 3 plans, 3 lakhs 50,000, 12 lakhs 50,000, and 13 lakhs 50,000. And after the tax, 50% of tax will be reduces. after the 50% of
Just to let you know, nowadays tax has got reduced. So just check the tax rate is not more than 30%. So 50% tax is not there. So your profit will be more. Yeah, please carry.
So see, it is only a demo purpose, sir. And after earning
No,
after
I'm just
tax,
telling you so that you can have more maneuverability with your profit. Anyway, please carry on. Good.
thank you.
Please.
Earning after tax, that will be 6,75,000, 6,25,000, and 6,75,000. After earning after tax, that will be deduct the dividend to the preferential shareholders. That the 10% of preferential shareholders and 20 lakhs, that will be 2 lakhs, and earning available to the equity shareholders. 6,75,000, 6,75,000, and 4,75,000. Next, a number of shares. In number of shares of 3 plans, like 60, those are the initial shares. 60 shares are, and all equity shares. 3 lakh plus 60, 3,60,000 shares. First plan 1, plan 2, 60 plus 20 equity shares. 2,60,000 shares, and plan 3, 60,000 plus 60,000 plus 1 lakh shares, that will be 1,60,000. So EPS is equal to earning after earning available to the equity shareholders divided by number of shares. It is EPS earning after earning per share, it will be plan 1 1.875, and plan 2 2.40, and plan 3 2.96. We are going to choose the plan with the plan 3, that will be equity plus dividend shares. The next slide will be continued by the Karthik.
Hi sir, this is Karthik. As we see in previous slides, overall benefits of a smart city are reduce the use of non-renewable resources, lower the carbon emission, aim for the zero waste, and provides the benefits for the consumer, open new opportunities for a companies. The smart city program has 2 major components: area-based development, in which real estate developers and construction companies would play a major role in construction of townships, etc. In ICT, nothing but information and communication technology based pan city solutions in energy management, water management, transport management, etc. Some companies would avail business directly for circular smart city or IT solutions, data analysis, project and program management firms, and startups. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So let me give you some of my feedback. So what I find is that communication of all of you is good, but Ravichandra, maybe just take care a little bit on the pronunciation and be on a proper flow. Otherwise, your communication is good. Otherwise, all three of remaining 3 of you good communication, and that is really going to help you when you're basically doing more of the work nowadays in online. Now, I have got some feedbacks. Now, see, in case of Singapore, whatever it is there, they generally do a bifurcation of the plastics. Now, plastics are of multiple types. It can be either be polyethylene, that is the terephthalate, that is PET, or high density polyethylene, or what we call is the SDP, or it can be basically low density polyethylene, that is LDPE, or it can be polypropylene LPP, the PP which we commonly use for our bucket, mugs, that is what is used. But if it is a high density polypropylene, that is generally used for which is more basically required hard thing like the plastic suitcases and all those things. Then you have got polyester, that is the PS or the styrofoam type of things, and there are multiple. So it cannot be that everything you go and burn it. So they have got a proper segregation, right? After the segregation, it is done. The best example can be basically used for the road. That is a good example, what I find. Otherwise, if you put everything plastics, it is not also got a carcinogenic effect when you're burning it. Just take a note on those things. In case of Singapore, of course, they are doing it, but proper segregation of that is done. Next, coming to that, if you have got the circular transport system, now think through how you can basically utilize maybe the hydrogen fuel or lithium battery, or maybe how you can the solar. If you see now, Tata is going to launch a new car that is going to be on battery, and that going to almost 315 kilometers that they're saying it can run. So that means for a few days you don't require to charge if you use that Tata car, which Tata is launching within the city. So next is that regarding the financial thing, I think you have one of the one who has done team provided more information. That is a good one, really appreciated. But think through that generally what government does, if you have got a smart city, 80% of the fund the government provides, and only basically 20% you need to pay, right? So you can take those kind of benefits where basically you can utilize with minimum of your own fund, how to maximize the fund which government is providing and to have your smart city done, right? So think through on those lines also. Otherwise, it's a good presentation. Thank you. So I move on to the next one, that is in Vaishalik Computers, the Go Green City. Please continue.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Please continue.
Yeah.
So we are sharing the screen, so just one minute.
We are from Vaishali Computer, sir. Second group, sir. Myself, Akhil, sir.
Okay, so yeah, your name, please.
Okay. Akhil, sir. Akhil.
Okay, so good afternoon. First of all, I want to wish all of you happy Navaratri, happy Durga Puja, and today is Saptami. So happy Saptami to all of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I wish the same, sir.
Wish you the same.
Yeah, continue, Akhil.
Today we are presenting to Go Green Smart City, sir. Next one. Firstly, what is smart city? The idea of smart city aims to use digital innovation to improve the lives of citizens and make urban living sustainable by excelling in governance, economic, transport, environment, resource, and people services such as healthcare, education, housing, and living. Smart city actually stands for a concept of an ecosystem there where every subsystem is likely to each other to make the complete package and attractive solution. Why green city? Because the annual climate report 2022, the Earth is getting hotter by 0.13 degree Fahrenheit average per decade since 1880, and research says that between 2021 to 2025, it is highly like that once a year might be the hottest every year on the planet. We cannot stop all this at once, no matter how hard we try. But there are ways that can still cover the effective of climate changing in the long run, and the application of green architecture in building smart cities in one among those. Green architecture, another organic way to reduce fossil fuels consumption by designing green smart cities with advocate lighting, good air flows, rain harvesting, natural energy production, green landscape, and much more. Next. What is green city? Green city means a way to increase the sustainability of urbanized areas. It is a concept of urban planning relying on the ecosystem services that green infrastructure can supply. Smart city applications must be environmentally friendly and requires a
move towards green IoT. Green IoT lands to an eco-friendly environment which is more sustainable from smart cities. So we have one video collected, sir.
Team, sound is not coming. It's without sound or with sound?
With sound, sir.
With sound.
Maybe you can just check when you have to click when you're sharing your screen. Then there is a pop-up comes. Maybe you need to tick that. Please check that.
Sir, now.
Sir, now audible, sir.
Yeah. Now I can hear it. Yeah. Again, no sound. Do you want to restart?
Sir, just we do it, just 1 minute. Sir, is it audible?
Yeah, I can hear this. Yeah, yes, please continue.
Sir, next slide will be continue our teammates, sir. Ina.
Ina, you can continue.
Please continue.
Just 1 minute.
While the other team is preparing, just to let you know the other team, when you're thinking of, okay, you're ready?
Yes, like she's actually
Okay,
on
I'll
the.
wait. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Sir, the next participant, she will continue. Anush.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Hello.
Yeah, very good afternoon. Please continue.
Myself, Anusha. I'm from Vaishali Computers. The next topic is the concept of green city. To fulfill the goals of smart city.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. Okay, you can continue, Hina. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
yes,
please
ma'am.
continue.
Yeah. The concept of green city. So, sir, I am Hina from Vaishali Computers. Good afternoon, sir. Now I'll be taking the concept of green city. Yeah. So, to reduce the energy consumption in IoT via efficient energy of data transmission from IoT devices, here are some technique used. Like data center efficient energy and design energy efficient policies. So also here is a great impact of information and communication technology, that is ICT, where carbon emissions and smart cities are energy consumption. Here we can see that the new urban concepts meant for this purpose. Even we are using some new urban concepts such as urbanism, green urbanism, biourbanism, or organic urbanism. Smart city, sustainable city.
Next.
Yeah. So here are some essential elements of green city. Enabling IoT techniques for eco-friendly ICT. So specifically here are some significant that is impacts that inputs and impact of ICT for reducing energy consumption. For reducement of energy consumption, we are using such as ECOT emissions for a sustainable smart city. Also, we are using energy efficiency, reduce CO2, reduce traffic, and reduce resource usage in smart cities in different strategies and techniques. Waste management techniques to improve smart cities. So also waste management techniques are used to improve smart cities. Also here for sustainability, also we are using advanced techniques. Here are essential elements of green city. Here are 5 elements that are conserving nearby, protecting green, locating green, moving green, wasting green. So first we'll come to know what is conserving nearby. Here it is creating internal green landscapes that comes under farms, forest, open range, natural stream valleys, and like surround every urban area. Also in protecting green, like we have to protect our green. If our green is protected, then we can keep our environment clean and tidy. So we are using there are usable green space and green infrastructure that mimics natural areas, which are ability to infiltrate rainwater runoff can do double duty to help protect water quality. Also in locating green, we have like walkable, interconnected, mixed use community. Also like creating a compact all is used in locating green. If you see in moving green, here are some mixed destinations, more interconnected and densities increased, car becomes less necessary and transit becomes a real option as cities becomes more walkable. Also in wasting green, getting to zero on the production of waste. Sustainable green city. What is sustainable green city? First we'll know a sustainable green city is one designed to address social, environmental and economic impact through urban planning and city management. So we are designing address social, environment and economic impact for an urban planning city in the city management. Here are some perfect sustainable city would be one of its self-sufficient in energy, manage waste to produce energy, has more sustainable transport, maintains green spaces and manages and uses its natural resource correctly. Ways to make smart cities sustainable. So here are some 5 ways where we can make our smart city sustainable. So what are those? That are renewable energy techniques, mainly local city economic, regenerating and preserving natural spaces. The 3 R's, R's reduce, reuse and recycle, and also environmentally conscious inhabitants. So first we'll come to know what is environmentally conscious inhabitants. So here in the picture, we can see that committed to changing their old habits. I mean, coming out of old habits for new ones that are less harmful to the environment. We are making something which can be very less harmful for the environment by adapting a new change. So from here, my teammate Sunita will continue, sir.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Myself, Sunita. I am from Vaishali Computers. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please continue.
Okay, sir. Environmentally conscious inhabitants. Please go to the previous slide. Environmentally conscious inhabitants. Being environmental friendly simply means having the lifestyle that is better for our environment. It is just taking a small step towards looking after the earth. A good way would be to start with conserving water, driving less and walking more, consuming the less energy, buying recycled products, eating locally grown vegetables, joining environmental groups to reduce the air pollution, and creating the less waste, planting more trees, and many more. And next, coming to regenerating, preserving natural spaces. As a human development has expanded to meet the needs of the growing population, for too much nature has to be lost and much of the nature has to be degraded. This degradation is a major driver of climate change as well as the species loss. To improve this, we need to protect the resources, conserve water places, and restore the lost habitats and reduce the impacts, encourage sustainable food production, ensure the net gain of nature, restoring the water resources like rivers, lakes, etc., planning the city as a sustainable city, and protecting and managing the sustainability. Next, coming to mainly local city economy. Sustainable city also encourages models that encourage the local purchasing and network of productive, environmental friendly people. By creating sustainable productive system and new jobs to ensure that everyone in the city has access to resources and fulfilling the life and economy becomes stronger. By supporting local trade, we also reduce CO2 emission generated by the transport. By making the space renovate or designed for mixed use of for the people and recycling the existing spaces that's already woven in the urban fabric and making it easy to get and around for the people of the city. With this approach, it helps the people migrating to the city for the jobs to have the opportunity to earn money. Use of green roofing and green walls reduces the heat and provides the cool environment inside the house, which reduces use of AC and room coolers, and this leads to use of less electricity. Next, come to the renewable energy techniques. Renewable energy brings environmental, social, and economical benefits. According to the recent report by International Renewable Energy Agency, if we double the renewable energies current share in a global energy mix, the global gross domestic product would be increased by as much as 1.1% or approximately $1.3 trillion by 2030. A renewable energy provides many direct and indirect economic benefits on both the micro and macro levels. And some of them are job creation, landowners' income, reduce the energy cost, stable energy prices, and avoid the climate impact. And the last one is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reducing, so before that, I have a video about the renewable energy. I'll play this now.
What is renewable energy? Renewable energy is generated from sources that naturally replenish themselves and never run out. The most common sources are solar, wind, hydro, geothermal, and biomass. Over 80% of the total energy consumed by humans is derived from fossil fuels. However, renewables are the fastest growing source of energy in the world. Renewable energy has many benefits. First, it can combat climate change because it creates no direct greenhouse gas emissions. The only emissions that they produce are indirect, meaning those that result from manufacturing parts, installation, operation, and maintenance. But even those are minimal. Second, renewable energy can decrease pollution and therefore reduce threats to our health. Wind, solar, and hydroelectric systems create no air pollution emissions, and geothermal and biomass energy systems emissions are much lower than non-renewable energy sources. Third, renewable energy is a reliable source of power. Because renewable energy sources are, well, renewable, they will never run out. Once built, renewable facilities cost very little to operate, and the fuel is often free. As a result, renewable energy prices tend to be stable over time. While renewable energy has many advantages, it is not without downsides. It is difficult for renewable energy sources to generate power on the same large scale as fossil fuels. Building wind farms and dams can disrupt wildlife and migration patterns and lead to ecological disruption. Both solar and wind energy are intermittent. They only generate power while the sun is shining or while the wind is blowing. Batteries can store excess energy for later use. However, they are often costly. While renewable energy presents some challenges, it also offers an environmentally friendly alternative to the greenhouse gas emissions and pollution of fossil fuels. And as advances in technology make renewable energy more accessible, affordable, and efficient, an end to climate change could be within our reach.
And last is the reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reducing is simply creating less waste. It is the best method for keeping the environment clean. Making the less waste to begin with means there is a less waste to clean up. Paper and plastic bags create a huge amount of waste, and plastic bags take hundreds of years to decompose. Try a durable lunch box or reusable lunch bags instead of using the plastic bags. Most stores sell the canvas or durable plastic shopping bags that can be used again and again. Instead of buying a bottled water, use the reusable water bottles. Uh, Reuse. Reusing is taking old or unwanted items you might otherwise throw away and finding the new ways to use them. There are all sorts of ways you can reuse the items. Clean out your closet, maybe sorry. Share your toys. Do you have bunch of old toys you don't need anymore? Then donate them to the poor kids, which they cannot offer for it. And find the new use of an old item. When it is a time to throw something out, think about the other possible ways to use it. And recycle. Recycling is changing the discarded materials into the new product in order to avoid using a more virgin resources. Newspaper is one of the easiest ways to recycle and most recycled material. And we must raise the awareness about the importance of recycling and responsibility consumption and create the infrastructure that allows for minimum waste. Uh, in San Francisco, has implemented a 11-year-old zero waste program, which is now sees 80% of all the trashes diverted from landfills. By 2020, the city hopes to bring up to 100%. And the next financial will continue by my friend Anusha.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Nisha. Please continue.
Myself, Anusha, sir, from Vaishali Computers. Here I am telling about proposed fund flow statement of Go Green Smart City. First, we have to construct a smart city. We have to need a sum of funds we have taken from government subsidies like schemes, government skill development program and Swachh Bharat, and some of the banks we have taken loans, that is 50 lakhs, and issue of shares. By issuing shares also we are collecting funds and long-term borrowings, and another source by income we are also collecting the funds like tourism and attractive events. Ours is a green smart city, in that everywhere they can look greenery. There the tourists will attract and there will be increasing in tourism, and we are providing attractive events also. For that also we are collecting some income. And user charges, parking charges. Here parking charges, they have to, before only they have to pre-book the slots where they have to park the cars. Through this we are also collecting the charges. And house rent, by house rent also we are collecting. And water and gas utility charges, we are fixing the electric meters to know about how much they consume, and for that we are charging. And entertainment charges, we are providing exhibitions, flower show or vegetable show, different types of vegetable shows or flower shows. By that also we are collecting. And selling of eatables. Here every in smart city every home in every people, they were adopting the plants to planting. Then they can produce the vegetables also, and solar usage charges. For many of them, they are implementing the solar. For that also, we are taking the incomes and naturopathy utility charges also. And where we have done expenditure for construction expenses and maintenance charges and payment of interest, where we have taken bank loans, we are paying the payment interest, and we are giving for the employers or the laborers salaries or wages, and for the purchasing of materials and for the transportation also we are expending, and we are paying tax 30%. This is the fund flow statement, sir. And next slide will be benefits of smart city. Here, benefits of green smart city is a green city improves the environment. By reducing, reusing, and recycling, we can conserve the natural resources and ensures rich biodiversity. Here, biodiversity function is a network between all life forms where they can interact with the ecosystem and reduce air pollution. Because of plants we are planting in whole through smart city in cities, it will reduce the air pollution also, and we are using electric vehicles, and it will also reduce the air pollution and ensures water storage. Here we are doing rainwater harvesting in our backyard and dampens noise and help cooling down in warm periods. According to the studies, noise absorbance, it absorbs the noise 5 to 10 decibels, and green contributes to better health and increased well-being. Physically and mentally also, they can feel peacefully in that environment. And development locally produced food. When we are adopting this green city, then all can produce their own vegetables and they can sell to the restaurants and hotels. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. In fact, few inputs. In fact, your communication is quite good, Anusha. In fact, Sunita, maybe you need to, your communication is okay, but you need to a little bit improve, right? Maybe in front of the mirror, you can try to speak and this thing. And of course, that is the best way to improve yourself. Next is Akhil, your communication is okay. Now coming to the first on the finance, then I will come on to your presentation. In case of finance, the values are very, very less. Think through, if you're creating a smart city, it's not in lakhs, it will be much, much more. And the fund flow statement, what you're showing, I think you got absolutely confused. Fund flow statement, please go and search at Google and you will find, or maybe next class I can provide you. That is not a fund flow statement, right? So you have basically mixed it with the fund flow and basically income and expenditure. So you need to understand what is the difference between income and expenditure and wonder what is the difference between fund flow statement. So that is another thing you need to take a look into it. Now coming into the project, your presentation, in fact, that is good. You're talking about the green city, and as you can see around the world itself, in case of France itself, they are basically trying to go for the switching of their powers in some of the places. So you can understand in developed countries, if there is no, they have to depend on the fossil fuel and they are not getting it, then how hard their life will be, right? So it is always better to have a sustainable energy, and going into the green city, that is of course most welcome. Now coming to how you're going to basically recycle your whatever you're getting. For example, the STP waters, how you can recycle the whole water and use it for maybe for your gardening, use it for your flushing of your toilets. So those concepts, using the rainwater harvesting, of course, so that the water, whatever you're getting through the rains, you're able to utilize and converting it to maybe to drinking water, right? So maybe you can think through on those lines, but otherwise your presentation was good. So thank you. Okay. So now I move on to the next team. Chirag Infotech, are you there? I think one of your team has not completed. Sorry, I will come to Chirag Infotech later on. I think the finance part is still pending. Let me come to Kavita Computers. I think one team has not presented. So Kavita Computers.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you can present. And another thing, team members, please be on camera so that I can see all of you. Like last time, I see some of them were not on camera. So at least please be on the camera. Thank you. Yeah, Tim, please be on the camera, please. And please start. And first introduce yourself. Tell me your name and then please start.
Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon.
I am Pooja Patil from Kavita Computers, Kalburgi. And our L2s are Saujana Ma'am and Abhilash sir. So today we are discussing about a smart city. And our smart city name is Titan Smart City. So first is here, a smart city has obviously a basic infrastructure, and it uses a smart solution to provide to make a better infrastructure and better services. So next slide. So Titan provides a basic infrastructure and improved quality of a life. So even we can create a clean and sustainable environment to apply the smart solutions. Set examples to be replicated both within and outside the smart city, and categorize the creation of a similar smart cities. So to collect and analyze the data. So coming to the next slide. So in a first phase, we are giving them a basic needs, and after that we are giving a services on mode of a transportations like train, bus, etc. So by applying a surveillance network, so we are providing a safety and a security to the public, and even we are offering public services such as a health, education more employable. So next slide. So our Titan is proposed near Kalburgi, Karnataka. So the total area is about 250 acres. So even we can find the proposed location by visiting the below link or by scanning the QR code. Wait a second, sir, we will show. So this is our Titan city, sir, and it is near to airport and national highway. Coming back to slides. So coming to next slide. So smart features of a Titan explained by Neha, sir. Thank you.
Hi, this is Neha, sir. Now we'll be talking about electric vehicles. When the city is well connected, people are encouraged to use public transport over private vehicles. This significantly cuts down on carbon emissions. Wide adoption of electric vehicles in public transport fleet and taxi service will reduce carbon footprint considerably. Every fleet vehicle is connected, so citizens track the vehicle in real time. For example, any traffic congestion would be relayed in real time and emergency service would be notified immediately. Government subsidies will encourage people to buy electric vehicles over combustible engines. The investments of these vehicles will be realized faster than the regular vehicles as charging prices are low, maintenance and service costs are low. Next, I will hand over to my teammate Shweta.
Good afternoon,
Just
sir.
think through, if you are EV vehicles you're proposing for your city, how you can give some benefit to your end users, right? So what are the tax benefit you can give? You can think through on that line also. That will also help in your development of your city.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Shweta. The water level and the flood monitoring. So the smart cities water system is another interesting way to help manage water better than the interesting way to help manage water better. So rather than the focusing on improving the efficiency, it uses like a network of sensors to the monitoring urban sewer system. So the advantages of smart water management are better the understanding of the water system or a detection of leaks and conversion and monitoring of the water quality. So recently, due to the heavy rains, we all seen the how all over the region of Karnataka have been suffered from the rainwater. So here is the one of the diagram. So water is treated before being used, like dams, rivers, lakes, or etc. So these waters are flowing into the water treatment, like the filtering the waters and the stones and the sands are removed from the water to purify the water. So the water is entering to the pipelines. They are in the pressure sensor, sound sensor, and etc. Like another pH sensor also included. Next, the water flows into the water tank, and there will be a linkage detection where the pipe is linking or not. We can check by the detection. So the water pipelines are entering to the industries and factories, buildings, and the other apartment. So the real time is monitoring and controlling of water level in a dams using IoT. And IoT is based on water management system can be installed for our smart cities. So I would also like to explain how IoTs can help into the water management. The smart water system is based on the Internet of Things sensors. Big data and analytics can reduce the amount of water that wasted water during the agricultural and manufacturing processes, improve the efficiency of water distribution systems, and alert companies if toxins or other than impurities are detected. So next slide is continued by the
Can you please explain a little bit more on how through IoT you can control the water level? For example, in Bangalore, there was huge rain happened, right? A lot of areas got flooded. So can you explain how you can control that? And that is a huge loss to the city, right? And the Bangaloreans or the people in Karnataka really had to face basically around the world that we are not able to manage our city properly. And in fact, the people could not go to the office, and a lot of basically work was not able to happen, right? And people face a lot of problems. So can you tell me how you can able to manage using the IoT? For example, in Yamlur area, where a lot of offices are there, right? They could not work. And in fact, there was some premium apartments or villas also. The water was inside. So actually the people had to come out using boats or tractors and stay in some 5-star hotels because they were all. So can you tell me how you can able to manage those areas?
So when 80% research is saved out notifications, sir. So using the smart values value, we can challenge the water, sir, and even we can show her or else we can maintain the data can challenge the water, sir, channelize the water, sir.
It's raining very heavily. How can you channelize? The rainwaters are overflowing, right? So how will you monitor that? Won't you think that you have to do it beforehand to check that the rainwaters, the sewerage pipes are all clear, so that when the rainwater comes, then the water can flow to the designated area or the
using
lakes?
Historical data, sir.
So I think then better monitoring has to be done, right? Using IoT to check that whether those your drainage pipelines are working fine or not, whether those are clear, and what is the maintenance that has been done. So those are the things also need to be taken care, right? When you're thinking of a environment where your water logging is not happening, you are managing the whole thing using IoT. Think through on that line.
Okay, sir.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Dharam Rao.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Rainwater harvesting, sir. Rainwater harvesting is a collection and storage of rainwater from the rooftop, parks, roads, and open ground. These rainwaters can be runoff either stored or recharged into groundwater to enrich the availability of the groundwater specific place and the time and utilize the rainwater for a sustainable development and to improve the groundwater quality by the dilution and increase the agricultural products and to increase the economical area of ecological area of the ecological area by the increasing the vegetative covers and to reduce the soil erosion. Next slide will explain by the Jyoti.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Jyoti. By using IoT features, we can build smart home. In our home, many of appliances, they operate on electricity, such as washing machine, fridge, AC. So these appliances operate on internet through worldwide of anywhere. So the complete process, we call it as home automation. We are using some of sensors like motion sensors, wardrobe sensors, and microwave sensors. By using motion sensor, we can save the unnecessary wastage of electricity. These motion sensor can sense the motion of connected devices such as light. It automatically makes an on when if it is not detect the motion, it makes an off condition. Wardrobe sensors. These sensor is installed inside of the wardrobe. The light of the wardrobe, the light is automatically makes an on. When it is not used, then it makes an off conditions. Day night sensors. These sensors are used for outdoor purpose, such as garden. Wi-Fi smart plug. These plugs are used for Alexa. We can make it as automatic, so we can send voice messages or instruction as per our requirement. Next slide, and I hand over to Pooja. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, Pooja, please continue.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Smart energy means using renewable energy smartly instead of using non-renewable energy. So Titan uses energy generated by a solar, wind, and hydro energy sources. So every building in the city has a solar panels installed and generates energy to meet the requirements. So Titan also uses alternative fuels such as hydrogen and biofuel, which could empower local farmers too and reduce the waste also. So the budget of Titan Smart City is at 2,000 crores. So we have various investors, which include in house investment, which comprises of the major share. Then we also have investments from angel investors and venture capitalities. Then also about 15% of investment comes from bank loans. And our major revenue generates are like rental incomes from houses and apartments. So lease income from commercial spaces and income from industries and their taxes also. And advertisers would be generate lots of revenue. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So in fact, I think maybe in the communication area, just it's okay, but I think some improvement is possible. Maybe you can just among yourself also, you can do the presentation and this thing so that your presentation skill also improves. Now, coming to a few points I've already mentioned, just think through when you're presenting also. So how you're going to use those. For example, rainwater harvesting, right? When you have a rainwater harvesting, how basically you're going to store the water and whether you can convert that into a drinking water so that your drinking water is also a sustainable drinking water is available for the people in that city, right? So just think on those lines, and then of course your city, if it is more sustainable, you can have some kind of a more property tax, more taxes to the people, which people are going to willing to pay, because you're providing those kind of facility to those people who are going to stay there.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And think through the IoT also, since what are the things you can develop? The monitoring, for example, you can help to create a crime-free city, right? Because you're able to monitor much better. So those are the positive you think or benefit you can bring in a city. Just think through on that also. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I move on to the next team. That is Sridevi Technologies. Sridevi Technologies, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please continue. And please switch on your camera, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, very good afternoon. Please continue.
Myself, Samishta, sir. About smart city, it is nothing but an urban area that uses different types of electronic methods, sensors in order to collect data, and some of the insights too, which is gained from the data, which are used to manage assets, resources, and services efficiently. In return to which, the data is also used to improve the operations across the city. As you all know, from the other presentations, you might be quite familiar with smart city. So there are a number of smart city ideas which are already implemented. For example, smart waste management, smart air quality sensors, smart street lightnings, and many more, which is making our city more smarter and hence more convenient for the humans. Some of the ideas which we thought of implementing in the smart city are like as follows. Among them, the first one is the 3D human body model. So in the medical field, there are a number of surgeries which are whose success rate is quite low, that is below 10%. This is because the surgery which are conducted are quite sensitive. And some of the surgeries, for example, the conjoint twins, separating the conjoint twins and many more surgeries are quite sensitive in nature. And hence, due to the lack of practice either by the doctors or the trainee doctors, they are not quite efficient either of the consequences that might occur due to their actions in the surgery and many more things. Because of which, there is a high threat of table deaths which are occurring in the surgeries. As the study goes, there are about 35 to 45% of operative mortality which is noted. Since there are about 3,600 operations per 1 lakh operations taking place, 1 lakh humans taking place in India, the number is quite high. That is 35 to 45% of mortality deaths, operation deaths are quite high. So the AI could be used to solve this problem, that is mistakes that occur during risky surgeries due to lack of practice and lack of availability of physical model which contain the similar body condition as that of the patient, so that doctors or the training doctors could train on them. So AI could be used in order to let the doctors to provide at first it is the AI will let doctors to provide the exact body condition of the patient. Either it might be his BP or heart rate or the sugar conditions, or for example, if he is facing any cancer, the place of the tumor which is happening and the size of the tumor and many more things. Based on which the a virtual human body model will be prepared by the AI. And this virtual reality, which is nothing but a lifelike situation, which we viewed with the help of VR headset. Along with this virtual model, number of tools which are used in the surgeries will also be provided, and the doctors could use any of these tools in order to perform virtually perform their operations on this virtual model. Any mistakes or any actions of these doctors or the users will be noted with the help of a tracking device, which will already be present, and cameras and sensors. And according to that, each and every actions will cause the virtual body to react. Either it might be if doctor while performing surgery, if he cuts an then it starts bleeding and so on. By this, they could get a clear picture of the consequences or the actions that is affecting the patient during the surgery. A 360-degree VR will also be provided so that the model could be viewed in all the directions. Then the virtual body which will be created will be sustained for some time, so that the doctors could get note of post complications that might occur after the surgery. Because about 0.57 deaths among the deaths which I have mentioned before, about 0.7 deaths are caused in the operating room, that is known as stable deaths, and the remaining deaths are due to the complications that might occur after the surgery. So this could be avoided by using this new technology. So the outcome of this of using this technology will be like this reduces the death of the patients, and the patient will be more confident in getting the surgeries done, and reduces mortality rate, which helps in economy of the country. Then in order to observe the post-surgical complications, and also to experiment on the human body models, and also to get well versed with the surgical instruments of which could be used to perform operations on the human body. So this is how it actually works. This technology could be implemented in hospitals, medical college for providing help for them. For providing help for the doctors and trainee doctors or the medical students, and it is hence greatly benefited by government, people, and also the doctors. One more important issue which the India or in the world which is currently facing is child trafficking. About 40,000 children are being abducted each year in India. Among them, the 11,000 are untraced. This is happening because either the guardian of a child couldn't keep track of his or her child each and at 24/7. So hence, sometimes if not for the child trafficking, the children might lose their path or or choose misdirections while returning back home, either from school or from other places. So in order to avoid this, AI could be used in order to create a locket, which is like a neck chain, and the camera, sensors, and tracking device could be implemented within which, and then so that each and every movement of the children could be guarded by the guardian. And if there are any unusual patterns which are noted, then the message or the same information goes to his or her guardian. So if there are any kidnappers who are trying to abduct this child, then the sensors will note down each and every images which are present around the child. That is, if there are any unusual patterns in which the child is traveling, then every single person who comes into contact with this child will be captured, and the direction which the child is traveling will also be captured and sent to their respective guardians and school. The most issue which the world or the India is facing is the space issue. That is, there is a rapid increase in the population which is being noted each and every day. But due to the lack of the space, there are no proper accommodations, and this hence is reducing the economy of the India. So there is a land scarcity, which is it is a global issue which is causing much harm for many other sectors. And as we all know, there are number of stadiums. You can see the list of stadiums which are present in India. These stadiums more or less consider much space compared to other sectors. So instead of having so many stadiums in order to play a game, and if, for example, if they are playing some games like cricket, they have a separate stadium. And other times that when the game is not being played, then the land, that is the stadium, could be more or less considered as a wasteland. So this is quite affecting our economy, as well as it is quite wasteful. So what we thought is a digital playground could be created, so that if a game is being played, for example, as I said before, cricket, then according to that game, the court will be provided. That is a virtual, using virtual reality, a court will be provided. And yeah, the camera, standard cameras, and also the computer displays in order to take note of the points of each player, and in order to display them will also be provided using AI. If there are any other games that is like football or basketball, then the necessary changes could be made, so that according to the game, the court and the equipments, like if there is any need of net or any other things, that could be provided. By using this, we could reduce the wastage of land, and hence those lands could be used for many other sectors like agricultural activities, housing for poor, and so on. And also by using this, using this technology, it might give best gameplay experience. So this is how it works. If there are any new games, then according to the changes which is being made, the playground becomes ready, so that the time where they can play, it could be scheduled, so that in a single playground, number of games could be played at a different part of time. It could be implemented in stadiums in order to reduce space consumption. It is benefited by government, players, and also people, increasing the economy gradually. So the next part will be explained by Sundari.
Yeah, thanks for your presentation. I got a few observations. One is that it's good that the augmented reality or virtual reality is going to be the future. Maybe the classes, what we are going to have maybe on VR also, that is basically the future technology that what it's looking at. In fact, the operations, what you're talking about at the medical line, I think that is absolutely the near future possible, and a lot of basically research are also going on that line, so that you have the trained doctors, they can do it one place, they can do multiple operations, or they can do the diagnostic much better. So that is a good concept. Regarding the tracking of the children, of course, that can be done. And as you know, Elon Musk is now doing a lot of investment where he can have the chips inside the body of people. And then basically it can be very easy to track whoever is there. Of course, there's a pros and cons. Maybe we can discuss in the next class. But those are the things that is basically the technology is going forward. And those are the changes and mega trends what we are able to foresee, right? And another thing, maybe you need to think through how you can adopt the digital 3D printing, and using that, how you can utilize the technology much better for your smart cities. Thank you. Thank you for the. Please continue.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
hello,
please continue. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. One of the ideas to make our city more smarter is checkpost surveillance. In recent days, there are many road accidents occurring either due to negligence of a driver in taking note of their vehicle condition, or due to huge load that the vehicle is carrying. One of the major threats faced by many of the countries is smuggling, which is quite high in road system. One of the major
can you switch on your camera, please? Yeah, if you don't mind, please switch on your camera, please, when you're speaking.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, please continue.
These problems could be solved using AI, like using the vision sensor to detect the number of plates, that the type of the car, so that we could get the complete details of the car. This is done as soon as the vehicle enter into the asset post. By using the vehicle weighting scale to detect the load of the vehicle, so that it could compare with the actual load the vehicle is there, and alert the driver to problem if one. Emission gas analyzer could be used to test the smoke emission and hence providing necessary knowledge to the driver on the scene. And finally, in order to detect the smuggling, AI and machine learning could be used. By implementation of this, we could reduce the accidents and the smuggling and also reduce the air pollution we are going to emission test for each and every passenger checkpost. Next, as you can see in this picture, when the vehicle is enter into the checkpost, it will detect with the help of sensor, it will detect the number plate and details of the person who is owner. Then it will check the weight of the vehicle and that's the emission test and is there any smuggling rules. And then it will also check the wheel condition. After that, you will get the condition of and the details. It will provide to the user and the checkpost info. This could be implemented
Just think through,
mainly in
rather than
checkpost.
smuggling, there is also duty aviation, right? For example, you have the excise duty, right? So then, so those things also can be monitored, right? Not only your smuggling. So whenever they're maybe the product they're transferring from one state to another, if they have the product, they're not the value is less, right? Or the quantity they're transporting is more. How you can detect that? Just think through on that line also. Please continue.
Okay. This could be implemented mainly in checkpost, and by this, mainly the government benefits by reducing the mortality rate caused by accidents. It will cost around 80,000 on year basis. The next slide will be explained by Rakesh.
So regarding the GST also, you can think through how you can basically, once you're now, of course, excess duty is not applicable mode of GST. You think through on GST, how you can also correctly predict that, right? So that they do not do the aviation of that also. Just think through on that.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please continue.
My name is Rakesh. I'm going to explain about a smart museum. A problem in our daily life. To convey proper and detailed knowledge on the object present in the museum, the tourist takes more time to understand the Roman language. There is a lack of tourists come to a museum.
Others who are not speaking, can you be please unmute? I think a lot of disturbance I'm hearing. So others who are not speaking, please be unmute. Yeah, Rakesh, please continue.
It will help tourists to get realistic experience and also increases profits and attracting more people. It will give the better details, more knowledge, and also about architectures and treasured object in the museum. And it will defines the proper story behind the object and also increases the number of tourists coming to a museum. We have a video, sir.
I'm not able to hear the sound. Are you able to hear the sound, others?
No, sir.
Yeah, so can you please, when you start this thing, sharing, there is a pop-up comes where you have to tick and include the sound. Can you do it? Or Sweta, can you help them?
No? No, sir. Yeah, I will help you.
Anyway, this is a good concept, Rakesh. When I visited, basically, in LA, there is basically Hollywoods are there, right? So they have basically done a lot of this animations that happens. And it's basically, there's a huge tourist attraction that happens. The Universal Studio, I went to the Universal Studio. So the fees is quite high, but
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Sir.
Hello?
yeah, hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So please continue. Now you're ready, right?
Okay, sir. One second.
Yeah, please continue.
Hello, sir. This is one more team of Sridevi Technologies.
Your voice is coming very, very low. Can you please speak near the microphone?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Is the video, we can see the video, or it's some problem with the video?
Sir, network is very poor, sir.
Okay, no problem. Please continue.
Yashaswini, if you share the link in the chat box, I can play it for you.
Yeah, if you can share it, Seta can play for it too.
Yes, sir.
So Rakesh, can you forward that to Seta?
Okay, sir.
The link? See, this is a very good concept. Now, think of the Disneyland that has been created. So much of animation tools that they are going to take you. Or where I visited Universal Studio in LA. So there also I've seen so much of those animation tools that are taken, and that is a huge, huge tourist attraction. So this is a good concept. Think through on this. So that's why I wanted to check what is the presentation or the video is. Please continue.
Yes, sir. Sir, they have shared the link. I'll just place just a minute.
Yes, sir. Please.
The link will be.
Yes.
Yeah, Rakesh. Similarly, in Singapore also, they have created Sentosa Island, where that is also a tourist attraction, right? Where think through, if you can create something on your smart city, you can get a lot of basically tourists. So I visited Sentosa Island, and I found is that They have done a lot for the tourists, right? And in fact, again, there is you have got a lot of animation. You can, as a person, you think you are part of that animation also. There are done a lot of on the tourist for the tourist. Okay, let's view the video.
Sir, I'll just play the video, sir. Please let me know like if you can hear.
Yeah, I can see the screen, Shweta, if you can play the video, please.
Okay, sir. Audio, sir?
Till now, I'm not hearing anything. Others, can you hear?
Okay, okay. Yes. Sir, now?
Yes, I can hear. Yeah. Please.
Okay, sir.
Please go. Shweta, maybe you can close this now. Yeah, please. I think. So, in fact, team, have you anybody of the student have gone to Calcutta? There is a science city. Have you gone there? Hello, any of you gone to Calcutta?
No, sir.
No,
So
sir.
there is a science city. If you go to Kolkata or Calcutta, now Calcutta is called Kolkata. So if you go to Kolkata, if you go to the science city, you will like it. So regarding the dinosaurs, what you are showing, of course, not so much, but still it is quite good. You can visit there and you can see it's a tourist attraction, right? So you can go and see how they have developed. So similarly, in your city also you can plan. Or for example, when I was going to the Universal Studio in LA, so it was a 1 hour tour. The car was going, so they will have a fire. Then there's sprinkling water. Of course, in the car you are there, the water will fall on over to you. So they will ask beforehand, keep all your mobile and everything inside a waterproof plastic packet. So that is basically you have the feeling when you are part of those basically tour you're doing, right? And that is what attracts a lot of tourist attraction into those. Okay, good. Please continue.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, we don't have backups of power, so because of power issues, sir. So can we present next class, sir?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
But next time, try to get your power backup. Okay, so I will ask you first, your team to go through and do the presentation. So that
Okay,
will
sir.
be
So
on
I'm
9th.
trying to tell you that from last half an hour, sir, but backup is gone, sir.
Okay, so
Okay,
9th we will have the presentation. So 9th, be ready.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So okay, so then we move on to the next team.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
We have another team from Sri Devi Technology.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Myself, Prashasvi.
Can you come on the camera? Can you switch on your camera, please?
Yeah, sure. Hello, sir.
Yeah, please present.
Now I'm going to present the smart waste management system in smart city. My teammates are Dharani, Gayatri, Harsha. The problem statement of waste management system. The main concern with our environment has been waste management, which impact the society in several ways. The detection, monitoring, and the management of waste is one of the major problems in present era. The traditional way of manual monitoring waste bin is cumbersome process and utilize some human effort and time cost, which can easily avoided with the proposed model. The next slide, solution. Our proposed model provide real-time monitoring of to the garbage by placed in various locations. These garbage boxes have been assigned with the unique ID, which determines the garbage bin identity. The garbage bins are built with sensors module, which continuously monitors the garbage level inside the garbage bin. Any moment of garbage level passes over the critical level, that is 80%. The system generates a notification to the monitoring panel. And so cleaning team will collect the garbage from the identified garbage bin. Next, here some of the steps of garbage collection process. First one, collecting, transport, and store. Collecting, here we have some collecting means we can collect the garbage from various places, like we can collect the located indoors and outdoors garbage bins. The location and quantity of bins implemented in each development will be determined following consultation with the individual suppliers, and will take into consideration and estimate the waste generation rates, frequency of collecting, and safe convenient access for users. Then transport. The underground pipe network transport waste at high speed from bins to the collection station, where waste is separated, compacted, and stored in steel containers. That the system is work like drain to vacuum cleaner. Then store an underground pipe network from waste collection station to the central waste transfer station, where the all wastes are separated different containers. Here we have workflow of waste management system. First, it checks the dustbin status. If dustbin is filled, then it sends the notification to the waste management team. Then they take desired action to garbage collection team, cleaning team. Then updating status of action on garbage box. If the dustbin is not filled, then check the future status. Then repeat the process again. So here we have one video about the garbage collection process.
Is there any sound or there is no sound?
There is no sound, sir.
Then at least you should narrate, right? Otherwise, it becomes, people will feel sleepy. It's after lunch.
Yes, sir.
I think again, it is continuing. I think you can stop the video now. Yeah. Yeah. Please continue.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Harsha. Okay, I'm going to explain about waste to energy technology.
Yeah, Harsha, please go ahead.
I'm going to explain about waste to energy technology. The waste to energy technology consists of waste in any waste treatment process that creates energy in the form of the electricity from the waste source. The waste to energy process captures the heat generated by the combustion that could heat water generated steam or to make electricity via steam powered turbine. The energy generated can be used directly by the plant or export to the local utility or nearby business. The air pollution controls system removes the pollut- pollutant from the combustion gas before it is released through a smokestack. Converting waste to energy can sustainably reduce the amount of waste entering to the landfill. Next slide, key feature. Key feature. The next real-time hello. Hello. Benefits of waste, smart waste management, recycling the process of collecting the material that would otherwise be thrown away as trash and turn them into the new product, improved cleanness in public areas, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, can be improved air quality and save lives, more efficient management, health of the workers who suggest the work waste, health of the public, prevent illness and sickness, germs and disease can be spread far more quickly in an unclean environment. Thanks.
Okay, so the concept of yours was good, but I think you need to improve both of you on the communication of the presentation, right? Then
Okay.
would have been much better. Just work out on that among yourselves. Next is that regarding the reusable energy, what you're thinking or how the recycling is happening, how you can impact the financial part of it, right? For example, you can sell organic fertilizer regarding the from the waste you are getting. Then you can basically recycle, for example, paper for the paper industry, or the plastics you can recycle. For example, the previous presentation you have seen, right? They have shown that how that can be used for the road, or it can be, if you see in a plastic industry, there are recycled plastics, right? Then basically through the injection molding machine, again, you can create the bucket, mugs and everything. Now, if you have gone to any of the plastic processing industry, you will find they have got a mold, and they in a hopper, they put those plastic chips, and then basically under the pressure and the heat, they create those kind of what you see you use in your day-to-day life. Next, for example, you can use from the plastic, using the glass, combine it and have a glass-filled plastic nylon that generally that is used in the railway tracks. Whenever there is a two iron pipes are there, right? When the train goes over it, it becomes very hot. So that it should not touch each other, they put a kind of a very tough material on plastics. So those are the things, uses are there. You can think through how you can also increase your value for your recycling also. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Next, I go to Siketech.
Yes, sir, we are ready. We are presenting.
So the screen is visible, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself Deepa. I am from CK, sir.
Good afternoon. Please go ahead.
Firstly, what is a smart city? A smart city is a technological urban area which uses the sensors and the cameras and electronic methods to collect the data. And that collected data will be used to improve operations across the city. And then information gained from that data will be used in operations like service efficiency, recurrency, etc. And the next, why we need a smart city? A smart city can be help with us smart health
And then used to it's also control traffic monitoring systems used in the smart transportation and smart security. It will give us security to the public. Then it will give networks frequently. And then smart building, smart city is used in smart building. And then smart city is also used in manufacturing technology. And then smart city can be also improve smart governance. And then next, difference between a present city and a smart city. In a present city, we can see that no cleanliness in the roads, so that the people are throwing garbage in the roads. So that due to that, environment will be also polluted. Due to environment pollutions, the people also get affected. So by adopting a smart city, we can, the roads will be cleanliness. For example, the sensors are being fixed in the street so that when people throw a garbage in the road, the sensor will be detected that give a message to our people not to throw there. And the next, it will in the present city, interrupted and fluctuating supply electricity. So in some areas there are heavy loaded. In some loadeds it will be lightly loaded, so that the electricity and the electricity will be fluctuated, and then current will be moving and then by adopting the smart city, the overall area will be equally loaded, so that no fluctuations will be available in electricity. Nowadays the traffic control is not in a mode due to more vehicles are there, so that by adopting a smart city, traffic will also be controlled. Then next, selection of a smart city. We are selecting a smart city of developing country by taking the external factor geographic and logistics. Geographic, India is the seventh largest country, so we have selected the India to include a smart city in India. By area, it is larger, so that smart city can be selected by adopting what's the geographic area, the smart city can be selected by external factor geography, so that adopting of a smart city in India will be very fastly. And then logistics can be applied in India, so that we have four seasons. So we can use transportations in a different ways, that is the seaways, roadways, and the airways. In a summer seasons, we can use the seaways and the airlines. And then in a winter and then the rainy season, we can use roadways. So that the transportation in India will be very easy. Now next slide, my take on the expenses.
Sir, my name is Pawan Kumar, sir. I'm going to explain next process. First is IT infrastructure. Sir. In IT infrastructure, we need to provide a very good speed internet connection. Then, moreover, connecting IT companies to students become difficult when it comes to the campus hiring, and also in any development. And so we use mixed reality as a tool there. So we can easily connect with the universities and students also. And next is smart healthcare. In smart healthcare, main drop of any healthcare is maintaining of a health issues of an individual person, where they cannot maintain of the documents of their entire life. So we have come across this idea called smart cards, where we can issue them a smart card with a unique ID number and their basic details. These details can be stored in the database center. So when the when the patient goes towards the doctor can use the cards, and they can gain access to that their treatments, and they can easily take their next decision easily. And also this is a IoT variable electronics. We can have a smart watch, for example, there it monitors a heartbeat, oxygen level, and then Lumo back for the activity tracking, etc. It collects overall parameters of the body for prediction purpose of the next upcoming diseases, and also it become a very big data for analysis purpose. Next, talking about the smart factory automation, as a huge company or a big company, they will be having a very good infrastructure. But in case of small scale industry, their profit goes low because of the various reasons. One of it is they are lagging behind the sensors and actuators, where they don't use all type of sensors. Because if we use sensors and actuators, we can improve our productivity and efficiency of the company. As you can see here, the sensors and actuator will be in actual in plant, and it connects it connects to internet gateways through data appreciation, that is converting the or real-time data into numerical, then sending it for the IDH for analysis and pre-processing, and then it goes to the cloud center and application of the company user or a related person. There they can easily control the sensors and actuator by turning or turning off, and they can also gain the access as the data can flow from centered sensors to the person, and the control can come from person to a sensors also. Next, sustainable energy for a smart city means we cannot put a huge investment for in every domain. Small steps should be taken by citizens also to improve the smart city. So they can adopt solar panels in their rooftops, where they can utilize in the morning to evening they can use solar, and after day in the night they can use their power supplier, for example like Tesla, and they can also adopt that for the EV charging also. And when there is no much needed of a power, they can send it back to the grid for so that you can have an extra benefits or credits to your account. And not only solar panels, you can also have vertical axis turbine. So by both you can increase the energy, so it may be useful. Then smart grids plays a very good vital role in smart city, because not every portion of every part of the country will having energy supply. They will be having a heavy rain season. For in using smart grid, we can transfer the power from one place to another. We can have only one control center for that also. As you can see, the thermal power plant, wind power plant, nuclear power plant, and solar, they are connected to one point. So it would be very easy for us to overcome the problem. And smart urban mobility in this air pollution is very high in urban cities, and petrol prices are so high. We can everyone are going to switch to EV vehicles. Therefore, we need an charging infrastructure also, so that we can easily overcome. As in the steps, you can see the charging process of the vehicle. They have to just download the app and then sign up, add payment details, then find the nearest. They can charge based on their battery capacity. It can be monitored in their application also. Next, it will be very useful for the upcoming years for the what will be the power in the next 5 years or 10 years, and according to that you can have previously start installation of towers, etc. like that. When it comes to the finance in urban mobility, source it from, because it is an initial process, we can have a loan from the bank or financial institution. For the type of income, we charge prices for per unit, and 2% exemption in property tax for EV charging. And also in US where and all there is an EV charging station is there. The house prices there or property taxes there will be increased in 2.6 times, but it is a developed in our India, it is still developing, but also it is a very good investment in urban mobility. In a smart healthcare, we are giving services to the public, so we are using the public deposit system and also raising some financing by the equities, and charges applied for the services according to the patient services. And smart factory automation, so it is a company, they can use their internal sources as a bond by issuing to a financial investor for a specific duration time. To pay that income, to pay that debt, they can have income of sales of the product and servicing of the products. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Siketek. Thank you for the good presentation. There are a few points I want to tell. One is that you're thinking of coal industry, right? So don't you think that if you have a coal, basically power plants, that will basically increase the pollution level in your city, smart city? Think some alternative way so that you can reduce your pollution in your city. Think of some renewable energy sources. Maybe you can think of getting it from the solar, wind turbines, or basically if it is your city is near the ocean, using the ocean current, you can generate energy. Of course, nowadays with the hydrogen energy coming in, right? Think through on that line and how you can basically improve your energy part of the city, smart city. Next, you think through how regarding the power grid, you can have a smart power grid or smart metering, so that if there is a fluctuation, so there is no problem for the electrical equipment in your smart city, not there is any disturbance or the failure of your electricity grid, right? Now you have seen if there is a sudden increase of the power, right? What happens? The whole grid collapse, right? So you should be aware of those things so that using basically IoT or using basically smart metering system, you can avoid that. So you can have beforehand, you can have the prediction if any changes is happening. And if you have got an excess power you're having, you can sell it to the nearby power grid so that your city can also earn some money.
Okay, sir.
Right? So think through on those lines. And regarding the vehicles, the EVs, of course, if you see the new trend, most of the cars that are coming up or the market trend that in 24, 25 onwards, you will find more of EVs will be sold. So you think of how you can increase the number of charging station. Next is that if there is a battery replacement that is also coming up, how you can have those centers so that people don't have to worry and they don't have to go too far to get those changed. So this is how you can improve the life of the people and make it more congenial to the people who are staying into that city. Only then they will be able to pay you something more, right? Some rent more, some of the property taxes more. So think on that line also.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now I find your communication skill is quite good. So you can, that is fine. But only thing is that you need to basically little bit confident when you're speaking, a little bit slow down sometimes. Sometimes you're a little bit fast, right? So slow down and be confident when you're speaking. Otherwise, it's good. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, I think, let me check. I think Sisti Infotech, I think you are having issue. Sisti Infotech. So is anybody in the Sisti Infotech is there? Then we have to take your presentation next week. So that will be on 9th. That is at 2 p.m. Please be prepared and keep our backup and everything ready.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So anybody from Sisti Infotech, I got a message that you have a problem. No
Yeah.
power.
So this is Ashwin, sir, from L2 of Sisti Infotech. Actually, we were ready due to like there is no again backup problem issues occurred again. So we will share the PPTs to your respective mails, sir.
Yeah, but I want the presentation also to be done. So I want your team to present it on 9th at 2 p.m. Be ready for that.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Because I want to see how they present. It's not about the PPT they prepared and send it. And also regarding the CK Infotech, you need to improve your PPT because some of the lines were going out of the boxes. So when you do a presentation, you need to check that so this is to everybody also. When you do a presentation, check that basically the text, you're using the same text everywhere. And also that text is not going out of your boxes. So these are the things also you need to take care when you do the presentation. Okay. Now I go to, let me see, I think we have got Chirag Infotech. I think you have some pending. Last time you was asking me, can you do the presentation? The remaining finance part. Chirag Infotech. Are you there? Hello, Chirag Infotech.
Sir, I think they have not joined, sir.
Nobody from Chirok Infotech is there. Okay, good.
No, sir, they have not joined.
Now, if they have not completed, they're asking me for a time and they're not joined. So just keep a note on this.
Okay, sir, sure, sir. Keep it on.
Now, last time, if anybody has missed out any point on the, I can give you another 15 minutes on the finance part. Do you want to present and improve your rating? Students, any of the team you think that you have missed out any of the finance part and you want to improve your rating, you want to other students, are just going to give you another 10 to 15 minutes. If any of the team thinks that you need to improve your rating, you have missed out to the finance part or any part, or you're all okay. Okay, so if nobody is coming up, then few points which I told you that I'm going to walk you through some of my observations. Regarding the sharp computers, are you there? Sharp computers, are you there? Shweta, is sharp computers there?
L2 of Sharp Computers, Premajyoti, she is there. I can see her join. She has unmuted herself. Just.
Hi, Shweta ma'am. Hi, sir. Yes, I'm here.
So is your team there?
No, sir, they are not available.
So please ensure when the presentation is going on, that's why I want everybody on camera next time onwards. Otherwise, no marks for any team who doesn't come on the camera.
Yeah, sure. I'll make them aware.
Because it's basically for all the students to understand what others are saying and get some more knowledge. It's a peer learning that also I want to have. So it doesn't mean that you have done the presentation and you're leaving the session, right? If you want to leave the session, then what others peers are doing, then you will not able to learn. For example, we have seen the AR/VR concept. Maybe that can be a good learning for other students, and they can think through when they're basically going to the interviews or basically working, what is the trend or mega trend is also happening. So if the people are not want to join this session and living in between, then they are going to lose this kind of knowledge. Thank you. Next, I go to SSC Haveri. Is SSC Haveri is there? Hello. SSC Haveri is there?
SSC Haveri, Afrin, I think, sir, L2. She is an L2. Afrin, are you there?
No.
So is your students there or already left?
Shweta, I think students also is not joined, I think, right?
No, SSC are wherein they have not joined.
Okay, then Shweta, I think if I want to give the feedback, if the students are not there, then it's no use. In fact, last time I told that I will give the feedback for the student. It would have been good for them, the areas they can improve.
Yeah.
Okay, then let us meet next Sunday at 2 p.m. right? And let's close this. So I wish all of you happy Navaratri again, and we will meet next Sunday at 2 p.m. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.